Hello there, my name is Mark, these are my Dice Tales, and today I'm going to be playing Demon Ship. Now, I've just bought the 3D digital version. My printer's out of action, so I can't print it out. So again, I'm using my little Lego trainer I made for Kyoro, my last video, and let's see how it goes. It's a similar vein, less stealthy, more running and panicking, and we're going, but a little bit more objective-y, I guess, a bit more. Anyway, we'll see. Let's get to the table. I'm going to show you what components you need. Pretty much the same, but actually less than Korea. I can't remember what the last game was called. Anyway, let's get to the table. See you in a moment. Demon Ship. Okay, so these are the components for Demon Ship. I've got a digital PDF of the rules when I purchased the 3D STL files. These cards were found on Board Game Geek. Now, they are slightly out of date with the FAQ, but only by a very minor amount. You'll need a 6x6 grid. You'll need a couple of 3er walls. I can do a 2er and a 3er. And a couple of single walls. 2 crates to open. 2 barrels to explode. 1 console to interact with. 1 slightly raised platform. 4 enemies and yourself, hero protagonist. And a couple of code tokens for doors, 2 doors, in and out. And fire, hit points, and stealth I've been using for. These cards help as a quick reference. They're not used. Extra Lego bits just in case I need anything. And let's get going. So the behind this game is that you are a lone survivor waking up on a demon spaceship and wondering what you need to do. What went on? Why did you black out? Why have you woken up? There's demons on your ship. Let's, 1, restore the power so you can see. You wake up in complete darkness, just with the throbbing emergency lights just illuminating your way. So mission 1, find the engine room. Mission 2, interact with the console in the engine room to turn the lights on. Mission 3, realize that your demon ship is beyond help and you need to set the destruct. So go to the nav control room to set self-destruct or whatever shenanigans you need to do with it. Then get to an escape pod. Now, you might need to go through a few escape pods because if they're malfunctioning, not going to save you. So that is it. We've got 3 enemy types. 2 melee guys, these lizardy people. 1 gun alien, which is this Chewbacca. I think it's a werewolf from Heroica for me. And 1 frog demon. I've no idea what a frog demon is. But he's the gold guy, because that's probably like the worst one. So that's probably the levels. Blade demons first, then a gun demon, then a frog demon. It's basically like a better shooter, really. Okay, there are 6 possible rooms. I printed out the cards here, and let's go to roll a dice to see where we go. Let's switch everything up. Boom. Where did that dice even go? Number 4. That is fortuitous. Right. We need to find the engine room. I don't think it says you need to start in a corridor, and I think I've seen other videos just randomly picking a room like we've just done. So yeah, very like the last 6x6 grid game. We're going to set up the map. So we have 2 a wall across the back here. We've got an L shape down here. So 2 in and 2 up. Now I've changed up some of the walls. I've made them slightly nicer with like rivets and glowy bits in. Probably need to make a few more, to be honest. And then 1 long 3er here. And let's see, it doesn't really matter that that's a thin wall, it still does the same job. Oops, I think it actually goes up there. So there, all the big walls blocked in. And then this game has a platform. This platform, you can normally walk diagonally, but if you need to go up onto a platform, you must go on orthogally. So if I was stood here, where are you, hero? Hero, he cannot jump to there. He has to go here and here. Same for the enemy demons. But normally here, I can go diagonally there, which is almost like an extra move, isn't it? Right, so we've got the main walls blocked out. We've got an entrance one here. And an entrance 2 up here. And finally, like, see here at the bottom, elements. Discover barrels. That means you roll a d6. And there's another reference card that says on a 1 and a 2 you find nothing, on a 3 and a 4 you're going to find 1. So I can look at where the barrels are on here. Oh, if I can get it to focus. I can't get it to focus, but there's a barrel either here or here. If I rolled a 5 and a 6, I'll place both, but right now I can choose. I'm going to place it up here. It blocks movement, but it can be shot at and it will explode and cause fire for a turn. You don't discover the locked crate. There is just a locked crate, so there's only one possible place for that, which is up here. There you go, in that corner there. And finally, there is a console, because the engine room is very important. This is where you turn on the lights. Reconfigure the power core. I can't do it, Capitan. So there's a nice angle. And right, so now we find out where we're waking up. So we're going to start at one of the exit entrances. So let's roll a dice. 6. So if I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I tend to go left to right in these decisions. So I am starting on this tile here. And then we spawn some demons into the map as well. So roll the dice again. And there is a guide saying what type. So on a 1, they're going to be ambushing right on top of us. And on a 2, it's the minion demons, the blade demons, the melee ones. Oh no, that's both melee demons and a gun demon. 4 and 5, just the melee demons. And on a 6, both the shooting demons. So you've got the melee, the mix, and the shoots, and they're right on top of you. 6, so we've got what they're calling the frog demon for some reason. And he says prowl. And when you look at prowl, it says 4 spaces out of line of sight. So you can just count through walls. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's dark now. I can only see 2 squares, but they can see that they are demons. They can see in the dark. And the gun demon has hunt, spawn in the furthest space within line of sight. I think this is the furthest space within line of sight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because that chest up there is actually blocking him. Chests are very useful. They basically have your healing kits, I guess. An extra sort of fire grenade and an extra sort of movement boost. We'll get to that if you ever crack one open. But once you start losing hit points and rolling more dice, it's pretty much critical to go and try and check one of those out to see if you can bring your pulse rate back down. Okay, so we're very lucky starting in the engine room. Basically, I've got an objective to interact with, and I've got to get out. Luckily, I rolled the 2 harder demons, but let's see how this plays out. So this game works. It calls it your hit points. It calls your pulse. So you start with 3 pulse, and you die if you ever get. Every time you lose a hit point, you're going to gain an extra dice to roll each turn. And if you ever get to this, when you have 6 dice, when you then roll a 7th dice, you are dead. But as I say, interacting sometimes with a console on one of the levels and interacting with crates, you can find items which can bring it down. And I've enjoyed it so far. Right, let's see. We've got the map on. I'm going to try and roll in this area. I've misplaced my dice tray. Anyway, do we need to explain anything else? We can maybe do the demon types. So blade demons have 2 hit points. They have a move and a melee. Gun demons have 3 hit points. They move 2 and melee 2, but ranged 1. They roll 1 dice when they're shooting you. Frog demon has 2 hit points, but it can move 4, melee with 2 dice, range with 2 dice. If ever he gets an evade token, he gets 2 instead of 1. Let's go. So turn 1. So what you do, you roll 3 dice, and then you put them into everything 4, 5, and 6 is an action you can do. But anything less than that, a 3, 2, 1 is what the enemy's going to do. and they have a little table that tells you what they're going to do. And if they can't do it, then see if any other demon on the board can do it. And then if everyone's covered, so say they both, so that's it, have a look here. So I've got a 3. So you give the closest demon an evade token. So the closest demon is probably the frog demon, the golden one for me. But then, now this is where I'm not too sure, but I think reading the FAQs, I'm doing it right here. Instead of that converting to the next one down, which is the demon's move, because he's not got an evade token, I think he gets a bit grumpy and he wants one too. That's the way I've been playing it. That's the way I've read it in the FAQ on Board Game Geek. So that is the demon's 2 actions. Now I get to do an action, and there are 6 actions. You can style them, which is you can move to space and gain an evasion token myself. Just a quick word on evasion tokens. Demons can only have 1 evasion token each. Hero protagonist can have up to 3, and he keeps them between the rooms. So I can move to space and gain an evade token. I'd highly, highly recommend that move. I can interact or use an item. So to escape, when I get to this door, or when I get to this console adjacent to it, or on top of it in the door's case, you're going to roll a dice, and I think it is 4+. I think it might be 3+ and 4+ if there's an alien next to you. Where is my quick evasion number? That's one of these. If there's no aliens or demons next to me, then you automatically pass it. Then you do a test. Ooh, I'll have to look for that. I seem to have misplaced it, and because I'm doing the video, I can't access my PDF. Okay, anyway, not important right now. You can also blast, which means you can deal a demon 2 damage. So I could shoot down here and deal him 2 damage. Apart from in this situation, it is dark. I can only see 2 squares. It can see me because it's got demon eyes. Spray him, which is deal 1 damage to 2 targets. So if I was in a place where I could see 2, I could do 1 damage each. Blitz move, which lets you move through an enemy. So it does say there is a way of moving through an enemy, which the other game didn't. Run and gun, move 2 spaces and deal 1 damage to a target. And that is it. They're your 6 moves. Now, if you do one of those moves, then the dice will also convert to a demon action, and they will try and copy more or less what you've done. Each of these actions, so here it says, if I style on them or interact, the mirror action is the demons will evade. I don't think that converts. It doesn't change because they've both got evade tokens now. I think they just miss it out, and that's one of the FAQs I want to find out. Does that convert so that it becomes a move? I think only these first dice convert, is the way I'm reading it at the moment. So right now, I mean, 1, 2, 3 would get us to there, which gives them a free attack. I don't want that. So I'm going to go 1, 2 myself, and I will gain an evade token. And then you start the turn again. Simple as that. Loving it. Oh, brilliant. 5, 5, 5. Now, because they're all 4, 5, or 6, these demons are not going to have an action. Oh, hold on. We did a stun. So, yeah, I said the mirror action was the demons. They evade. And I think they don't in this case. So this time, there's no pulse actions, so the demons won't activate before me, and I've got 3 actions to take. It's a hard game. I'm going to go 1, 2, and raid this cookie jar here, raid this crate. So I've used 1 to move. A move will mean the demons will move. Let's see if I can bring this cheat sheet in. Boop. I'm probably going to make a nicer cheat sheet. I don't know why they put this card in the middle, actually. If we cut it out, it might make it a little bit easier to see. So when you can see all your actions and then put a dice on which ones the aliens are going to do, probably worth doing. I'm then going to spend 1 to interact and use the item. And let's see, interact and use an item, which means the demon's going to evade. And let's see what we find in the box. I'm just going to use a 3rd dice. Where is my terrain crate? Here it is. So there's 3 items, a 1 and a 2, a 3 and a 4, and a 5 and a 6. 1 and a 2, a flame frag. So I've basically got a grenade. So I'm just going to stick that down there to remember it. I can set fire to a square and everywhere around it, just like exploding a barrel. Which I might use to cause 1 damage to a demon. And now, doesn't need to be in line of sight, because it does literally just say apply fire to a target space. I mean, I could drop it. I mean, a target space, I could... How would you interpret that? Anywhere on the board or in line of sight? In line of sight sounds more gamey. Well, anywhere on the board sounds more gamey. Oh, let's just hold on to it for now. So I've interacted with an object. I've picked up my object. So I've moved and gained that. I've moved... oh no, I gained that last time, didn't I? I moved. I opened. And I'll move again. In this game, you can move twice, which I got that wrong in the last game. The different game. 1, 2, 3. So I'm heading towards the console now, and then I need to escape. So there's no demon actions that turn. Fantastic for me. So we start the turn again. Oh, mirror actions. Sorry. Right, so the mirror action in the same order that you did them. So I did the move first of all. Hold on, where was I? I was there, 1, 2. I could have gained another evade. Let's say I styled on them. So I think I styled on them. I then interacted, and then I moved. Right. So they gain an evade. They can't use that. I interacted, they gain an evade. They can't use that. I moved 3 spaces. They can use that, and they move closer. So 1, 2. And that frog demon with his froggy gun is going to gun at me. If he ever rolls a 1 to attack. Or, well, we'll see next turn. So, pretty good for me. So 5 and 6 I bank for my turn. The 3, we see what the demon does. Where did I leave it? So 3 means the demon would gain an evade token. Both demons have an evade token. So, now this is another FAQ moment. How would you play it? I think now it all goes on the closest demon. Moves. He's already right next to me. He doesn't need to move. One way of playing it might be move the gun demon closer. Another way of playing it might mean the closest demon can't use that. Do we go down the chart and move this one, or does the closest demon convert the move to a demon attack? I am going to say the demon's attacking in this occasion. So we look at the demon card. We look at frog demon. And he's got a melee of 2. I mean, it doesn't matter, he's got a range of 2. So basically, he's attacking me with 2 dice. I'm going to spend my 2 evade. Boom. There we go. I could choose not to and roll the dice, in which case it might affect my sort of pulse rate if it wounded me. And then I'd be rolling more dice next turn. But let's not complicate it. So I've survived the demon pulse phase. So I now have 2 actions, and then they will mirror me. So I need to move 1, 2. So I'm going to style on them with 1 dice, and that means move 2 and gain an evade. And now I can interact with the console here. So that'll be my interact. And we look at the room itself, engine room. Interact with the console to return power to the ship's primary systems and progress to the emergency stage. So what that's talking about is the narrative of the game. This is what I said at the start. Find the engine room, which we were lucky it was the first we woke up in here. Interact with the console. We can now see more than 2 spaces, so we can shoot down an entire line. I think we can shoot across. It's one of your corners needs to touch 2 corners of an enemy square. Very much like Descent, if you've played that one. Journeys in the Dark, Descent. Now I need to find the bridge, interact to start the evacuate. I called it self-destruct, whatever. And I think you've only got 6 turns, which means 6 rooms to find to escape once that's turned on. And then you need a functioning escape pod, and you interact with the console on that escape pod. Okay, so I've done 2 things. Now, yeah, FAQ. Do these dynamically convert so it moves and shoots? I don't know, and I don't think so. So we're going to roll 3 dice again. We're doing quite well so far. I don't want to set anything in my line of sight on fire, because I want to move through there. So let's roll our 3 dice and see what we get. Oh, not as good. 2 enemy actions. A 5, a 3, and a 3. So we know that 3s are Demons Evade. They've both got evade tokens on them because I've not been able to shoot them as of yet. So that will then convert down to a move action. Now, this is another... Oh, here we go. This is slightly different to last turn. I think the frog needed to move up to be able to see me because of the corner. Maybe, So another one of those. But here, I could maybe say the Gun Demon wants to move 1. How far does he move, Gun Demon? Moves 2. So 1, 2 to come off the high platform. So I've used up that card, that dice for the enemy demon. Now this one, I've shared it out equally between them. This one it can convert to... It doesn't need to move because its range is just as good. And it can shoot me. So it's then going to roll 2 dice. Oh, sorry. I've got 1 evade, so I'm going to evade 1. And then it's going to roll a dice. And a 2, so I've been wounded. Let's see, I've been wounded. How am I going to keep track of my wounds? I don't want to put another cone on my head, so I've got a tracker. This is why I brought this in. Let's see, I've got 1 wound there. Let's just on side of camera. Having 1 wound means I'll roll another dice in the next pulse phase. You'll see that in a moment. But now I've got 1 action, the 5. And it's looking really tricky to get around these 2. I think I'm going to need to try and blast someone, but what's the best way of going about it? I think 1, 2, and gain an evade, because evades are so good and powerful. Next turn. So we're rolling 4 dice now. Even Stevens. They've got 2 actions, I've got 2 actions. They haven't needed to evade yet, so I think a similar situation. Now, there's the tricky one. Let's rotate it. I think I said 1 corner needs to see 2. I think he can see me, and he can see me. So, and now, again, it's options of, if he moves closer, he can't melee me because he's not orthogonal, but he could use a move to get closer, which would be interesting. And then share the other one to basically convert these down to 1s. So that 2 is a move, he could move up, or convert them both to 1s and let them both shoot at me. He shoots at me with 1 dice, he's going to shoot at me with 2 dice. Or he shoots at me with 2 dice. So I'd love, if the designer sees this video, how he would have played it out. Because he can move. I'm going to do that. He can move, so he's going to use the 2. But then we look at the closest one, we convert the other one to a 1, and he has 2 dice to attack me, according to his profile. Shoot me at point blank range. Again, no. Does he roll 1 dice? Or 2 dice? If I evade 1, I think I take away 1 dice. We take away our evasion, and then I just roll the 1 dice. And we rolled a 4. I think 4 plus means I've dodged it. If ever this was a 6, there's a very special rule called the number of the beast. And basically, if I get 3 6s in defense, I can do 3 actions without triggering their movements, the aliens' movements. That makes sense. So I can bank that right now. Sometimes I use a blue token. So I'm going to start a blue tracker up there. But you lose these when you move through rooms, unfortunately. Okay. So, choices. Do I run around here? I'm thinking run around here, blow that barrel up. 1, 2, 3. I would be in the way of the barrel. Or I can use 1 to blitz through them, and I can move 1, 2, 3. Or even 1, 2, 3. So I'm only moving through 1 enemy. Let's blitz them. So we're going to put that, which means the demon's going to attack me in the pulse phase. And I think I now, because I'm only moving through 1 enemy, I need to roll dice to see if he hits me. It's only on a 1 he hits me, so I've Doom style, when you run through all the enemies, because you've only got like a couple of hit points left and no ammo. 1, 2, and I can go down here. This is where you can move across diagonals. Remember, you can't if you're going onto the raised platform. Now I've got my other action, and I will slide 1, 2. So style on him to gain an evade token. And be ready at the door. That's pretty cool. Also, if I stood there, I could have thrown the fire and have it landed there. So I could have stopped there instead of dodging here and used my grenade. I'm going to hold on to my grenade for the next room. So let's be happy with what we've just done. So we did a blitz and we did a style on them. So that means the demons are going to attack. They can't attack me. And again, I don't think this dynamically changes back to an evade, in which case they're already evaded. I don't think it then changes to a move in any case. And again, we've got the same here. They're all going to evade. I think I'm safe. So I'm going to roll 4 dice again and start the pulse phase again. That is pretty poor. This is when the hell of a dice game rears its ugly head. 3 enemy actions. So 2 is move. So 1. I don't think that one can draw line of sight to there and there. So that corner there goes down this wall and across those. You can see my square. But he might as well move another one. So that's the 2 used. The other demon can move and gain advantage. 1, 2. And if we're saying that he could see, then he can see. And then the closest one, this one, is going to roll 1 dice in shooting and shoot at me. Boom. Oh, got an evade token. He doesn't need to roll dice. Bang. And I defended anyway. Now, this could be an easy hard thing. If I dodge with a 4+, keep your evade token, but rules as written, you actually decide before you roll. And I would always advise, save your hit points, man. Evade it. So he shot at me and I evaded, but I've got no tokens left. I've got my action and we're going to leave the room. Because there's no demon next to me, I can open this door and we reset and see what the next room has in store for us. The enemies lose their evades. They are gone. They are behind us. And we are seeking the nav room. So roll dice. Number 1. Number 1 is a corridor. Now at this point, I could exert 2 health points to change the pips on this to let's say a 2 and then a 3. And a 3 would put me in the cryo room. There's no difference. I might as well be in a corridor. So let's bring in the corridor card. And there are 2 options for the layout. Let's roll a dice. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're doing a second corridor layout. Let me just make it easy. So we have the platform up here, a wall there, a 3 wall down here. A 1 wall in the middle, and a 3 wall down here. The great thing about corridors, I wish they were a bit more common. When you're in a room, so if we were in the engine room and we rolled the engine room again, then we would get a corridor. However, if we're in a corridor and then we roll another corridor, we actually get the objective that we're seeking. So when we're leaving here, if I roll the corridor again, I can find the nav bridge. Otherwise, I can exert trying to manipulate the dice and find the room that we're looking for, in this case, the nav room. Okay, where are the exits? We've got an exit up here. And where's my other door? We've got an exit down here. Which one are we on? 1, 2, 3, the one at the top. We're going to the one at the bottom. And finally, let's see. Elements. Discover locked crates. So you roll a dice. That 5 and 6 is 2 locked crates. And there's 1 locked crate on the platform up here. And 1 locked crate. I think you can only carry 1 item at a time. So right now I've got the frag grenade, so I might want to just throw the frag grenade and see if I can get something from a locker. Hopefully a heal, because I've taken 1 damage so far. And discover barrels. 3. So that is 1 barrel. Are there 2 locations on here for barrels? I can either have 1 up here or 1 across here. Nice and brightly so you can see them. Yellow. Let's just stick it there. Yeah, I'm going to stick it there. Now, let's see what enemy is spawning in here. A 3. And 3 is demons. 2 blade demons on the prowl. So prowl is out of sight. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think you can see me because of this block. I think it's going to be that way again, because I think I can see up there. Yep. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think I can see that. This corner maybe has to be a bit closer. Line of sight on grids. Yuppie. So yeah, we need that FAQ. If I'm clipping this, no, if I'm clipping that, it's blocked, isn't it? It's a slightly different situation before when I was looking down. I think, maybe. What do you think below? Okay, we got 2 demons. Oh, and there's also a gun demon, Chewbacca, and he's on a hunt. So I think he does line of sight. So here, furthest away. So he's on guarding the 2 crates. Zoom, zoom. So I could just run straight through and ignore the crates and try and find the other one as fast as possible. I think we're all set up. Okay, so we're going to roll our 4 dice. 2 for us, and the enemy is going to attack. So the closest enemy is going to attack. He can't. Whoa, FAQ, man. I thought I really knew this game, but it sort of puzzles you each time you play it. Do you cycle through? This guy isn't the closest, but he can see me. But I've got 2, so I could share them out. I think sharing them out seems like the most logical one. Or it does cycle up, so that can become a 3, so he gets a dodge token instead. You could then say, so that one's used, you could then say he's still the closest one. He can't attack because he's melee, but he can convert that to a 3. He can't use that, which is an evade, because he's already got 1, but now he can convert that to a 2. And he moves 1, 2. He could move 1, 2. He could be right in front of me. He goes, rah, demon face. And use that. Actually, I think that is the way to go. Always look at the closest one. Have I done that differently to the last room? I don't think so. I think we're taking it logically. Anyway, so now it's our 2 actions. And so the numbers don't matter. As long as it's a 4, 5, or 6, you can do any of your actions. 1, killing one of these demons outright would be very cool. And so I could just say Blast, which deals 2 damage to one target. This Blade Demon has 2 hit points. However, it's going to block 1 with its evade. So it's going to lose evade and take 1 damage. I could then spray him. What is it? No, it's not spray him. Run and gun. Move 2 spaces and deal 1 damage to a target. So I could go 1, 2, and then give him his 2nd damage, which kills him. And then I've only got 2 demons to worry about. That means the demons will get 2 attacks. And again, looking at the closest demon, I've just moved closer to the gun demon. He can now shoot me. I don't think the platform interacts with line of sight at all. So let's do his 2 attacks. I've got no defense on this, so if I roll a 1, 2, or 3, I'm going to take damage. A 5 and a 2. So I've taken another damage. So I'm now using 5 dice, but I blocked 1 as well. 5 dice. And we move into our turn. Well, I say our turn, it's Pulse. Better. 3 for me and 2 for the enemy. Okay, so what's the enemy going to do? The closest one is going to evade. So the gunman, after that little gun exchange, seeing me blasting the head off this closest demon, decides to evade behind the crates. And the 1, it gets to attack me. Again, I've not acted yet. I can't defend on this. And I've just got a 4+, so I'm safe. My actions. Right, I've got throw a grenade. It's not going to help me. I can just move out the room. See if I get a better room. So there's 2. I really want to interact to try and find something useful, but let's see, can I do it? I can move, do a slide and gain an evade token. Interact with the chest to see what's in it, and then move. There we go. Okay, slide up to 2, gain an evade token. So we've done a slide. Style on them is what they call it here. Interact. So we'd remove the chest. Let's roll a dice to see what we get. A 4, which is a style soda, which means I gain 2 movement and 2 evasion tokens. I'm not bothered about that right now. So let's drop our frag grenade and get a soda. And then use our last action dice to move. 1, 2, 3. We're at the door. We can see a demon ready to come for us. Okay. So now the enemy's going to mirror us. So that means the closest enemy is going to get an evade. That's 1 dice used. And then the other one's going to evade, which doesn't do anything because it's already got an evade token on it. And then one of them is going to move. So the closest one is going to go, jump on me. Doesn't really matter where he goes. I think you do need to spend the dice to use these. I don't think they're just spend them. It'd be very nice if it was just spend them. Maybe again another easy level, just spend them instead of using an action. Anyway, so let's go on to another pulse phase. Oh boy. There needs to be a reroll this, because they're going to get a hell of a lot of attacks. I didn't roll anything for the player. Right. Evade. They both got evade tokens, so they can't do that. That will then move to a 2. 2, the closest one's next to me already, so that'll become a 1. It's going to attack. Let's just choose a different dice. We'll roll that one here. 4, 5, or 6. I always say I'm going to use the first defense, so I'm going to ignore that attack with my defense. So the next one does the same thing. I think I'm going to get literally 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks from this guy, aren't I? Unless I'm dead. Right. So, damn it, I hate that. When the video ends, it's I just narrowly avoided it. So what I did with my 4 actions was blast the alien, stretch with some yoga to gain a dodge token. So it says move up to 2. So moving 0 and gaining an evade token is valid. And interact with the door to move us on. Just in case I missed that on that video. And we're looking for the nav chamber, which I think is number 5. 3. Now, I mentioned exerting to try and get... I could lose 2 life, which would kill me, so I can't do it. So I have to take number 3. And number 3 is a cryo chamber. It's cold, which means the aliens will be slow to move. We've got a 5, so we're going to use the second layout. So we've got an L shape like this, a 3 shape like that. One of my tokens has taken one of my tiles away. And we've got a 3 shape along here. Like that. Discover locked crates, discover 1 console. So how many crates do we have? 2. That's nothing, no locked crates. Console, no console. This is a derelict cryo chamber. And we need exits. Entrances and exits. So we potentially came in there. And we're going to exit down here. And the platform is over there. The console would have been on the platform in this case. What is in the room, alien-wise? 5. Just the prowl demons. So it's going to be good for me to put them down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again, another one in front of him. Show your faces to the camera, boys. It don't matter which way they're facing, really, because how the game works. It doesn't have the line of sight like the last 6x6 grid micro game we played. Okay. But I am very near death. I think we're on, if I take a wound, I am dead. So, pulse phase. Do you need more lights? 1 level of light. Ooh, this is nice. We've got 4 actions. They've got an evade and an attack. So we'll give the closest one, I guess you. And that is the evade token used by them. And the 1 is an attack, which will convert to an evade, which the other guy can use. I just feel there's a logic step I'm missing out here. Maybe it's he should have moved his spaces. There is a little bit of a logic gap there. I'm sure there is. Right. My turn with all these actions. I think I can literally bolt out the room. Nothing for me to pick up, so it's literally move 3. First action to move 3. 1, 2, 3. Second action to move 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, slide. Style on him. That's just to get another evade token. Last one, interact with the door. That was a quick room. Take it off. Take it off. Sorry, guys. You snooze and you lose. Let's see where the fates take us. 6 is the escape pod bay. Wow. This could be a winning... We just jinxed it. A winning run. 6. So we're using the second one. So we've got the platform here. We've got a tour wall Next to it, where is everything else? We've got, looks like a 3 wall across the top. And a 2 wall down here. Oh, I think I'm going to need to change out my space. 1 wall at the bottom. Right, let's hope it is a functioning. Now we need entrance and exits. So we might enter up here. And we don't want to leave. We want to leave via an escape pod, but there is another exit down here. And we've got the extra move dice as well. That moves us too. That is everything. Okay, so now discover a functioning. I think we need a 4+. Whoa, it's an escape pod that works. Discover a crate. 3, that's 1 crate. How many crates are on this? There's 1 crate down here, which is a bit dangerous to get to. What we need is no demons. Are we doing anything else? 1 console, and you don't roll for that. There is just a console. Where are you, console? There. Which is on there. Beam me up, Scotty. Could be a first. The first video on YouTube where he wins a demon ship. I have no logic to that claim. But most videos I've watched, if I haven't watched it to the end, they've been dying. And this was a cheat, because we did re-roll 1 move. Right, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to start down here. And what enemies are here? 6. That's the gunning ones. That is Take Cover. It's Gun Demon and Frog Demon. Prowl the Frog Demon. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in line of sight's the Gun Demon. So I've got some evade tokens. Get there, evacuate. We can do this. 6 dice, because if we take a 7th, we're going to die. Let's roll the pulse. Oh, no, I really needed 1 more. 1, 2, 3, and it interacts. If I survive, I think we can do it. I don't fancy my chances of survival, though. 2 evasion tokens, maybe we do. Oh, good. Right. Evade. So, to my knowledge, if we're playing this correctly, bamf. 2 human. 1 evades, the other one can evade. They're going to do it. Oh, nice. Oh, no, this is... If they were blade demons, the move would be fine. As they're gun demons... This one needs to move to shoot me, but he moves 4. So he's going to use 1 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got the better attack as well. So he's going to roll 2 dice to attack me. Because he doesn't need to move again. Do I play it that he moves to there? Or do I play it that he's going to shoot me? I've got 2 evade tokens. He's going to roll 2 dice to hit me. I lose my 2 evade tokens. I mean, that's the more violent approach to take. I don't know if I've been doing it consistently. As I say, another room I might have moved him to there. My actions. 1, 2, 3. Interact with the console. That's a win. Is it? Woo. I'm going to call it a win. Let's quickly find the... Where are you? Room effects. Special room effects. Interact with the console during escape stage to evacuate the ship and win the game. The survivor can only use functioning escape pods. If no escape pods were discovered, the survivor will have to look for another escape pod. A room that contains an escape pod and equipment needed an emergency. I'm pretty sure that is a win. I think we've just done it, and then this sucks us out. And we've been teleported off, and the ship goes... No demons anymore. Oh. Hello there, adventurers. I have just been sucked off into space. I do not know what my face is. Yes, okay. I've just reviewed the post edit, and I think I have died. Hero protagonist has died. I think I did a diagonal movement onto a high platform, which is illegal. I must face the full punishment. Other than that, it is a great game. I had a very lucky run. I've had previous runs where I've been running from cryo chamber to escape pod to a cryo chamber when I've been looking for the blooming engineering room. Not a single corridor in sight. It's madness. So I kind of think that maybe there could be you've not hit the right room too many times, just hit it on the fourth or fifth time you're going to exit, rather than waiting for a corridor. I mean, it's kind of clever how it's built in, and it's just luck of the draw, like a choose your own adventure book. But yeah, I'll lean to this more than the last one. I don't know why. Other than all the above mentioned, no bookkeeping, but then there's no campaigning either. The other one has the campaigning feeling, but without the overall win condition of you owning a penthouse. It's only got the failure condition to win, so this one's got a win condition. This has got a survival condition. So yeah, good game. Thank you very much. And I love the micro scale. I'm loving micro scale. I want to see more micro scale. How many are there any other micro scale games out there right now that you know of that you can introduce me to? Subscribe and let me know below.